following show is a paid program.
Family, how you doing today? I'm telling you, I'm so excited about what's going on today. I have two of the best in the building. I have Dr. Jennifer Cantu, Fort Bend County Commissioner, Precinct 1 candidate, and Carmen Turner, Fort Bend County Tax Assessor, Collector candidate. Hey, ladies.
Hey, how you doing today?
Oh, man, I'm so excited. Let's start off first of all to acknowledge the people that are running with you, some of the best.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I would like to take this opportunity. My name is Dr. Jennifer Cantu.
Yes.
But, we started this race a year and a half ago, and I really want to give a shout out to Kathy Chang. She's running for Texas Supreme Court, place 6, which she'll be the first Asian American when she's elected. Khalil Morgan, who's running for the Fort Bend County Judge 505, which will be the youngest African American female judge in Fort Bend County and the first for the court 505. Joey Cardenas, who's running for State Representative, House District 85. He will also be the first Hispanic to represent his area.
Eric Fagan. Eric Fagan, which will be the first sheriff in Fort Bend County. Is that right, Sheriff? Mm-hmm. Sheriff in Fort Bend County, African American sheriff. No, he won't be the first.
He'll be the first after it's redistrict.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yes. And then it is who else am I leaving? Bridget Smith Lawson, the first attorney for Fort Bend County. And African American. And it's just a whole new.
Sarah DeMerchant will be the first for House District 26. Yes. First African American, first female in Fort Bend County. Also, Dr. Elise Markowitz will be the first female for House District 28. Hope Williams also will be the first African American female for a county commissioner, Precinct 3. Patrick Quincy will be the first African American constable. Nabil Shaikh, first Pakistani for the United States.
Yes.
For Constable Precinct 4, Shri Preston Korkani will be the first Indian in the United States of America. So we have plenty of firsts here in Fort Bend County.
Yes. Oh, but don't forget Darrell Smith.
Darrell Smith.
He's already elected. Yeah. He has already won his race. He has to check one box and that'll be himself that day, and it's all over. Wouldn't that be nice for us?
Wouldn't that be nice? But we have some amazing firsts.
You have some great firsts, and you guys are the first. Let's just go down here. Dr. Jennifer Cantu, you would be the first, will be the first female, Hispanic, MD, the first.
The first.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Carmen Turner, you will be the first African-American woman to win your place. Yes. The first. How is that first ceiling feeling?
Close.
And we bring all of that up to say, this is our time.
Yes.
The first.
Right.
198 years for you in your, as far as Fort Bend County Commissioner, Precinct 1, never.
Fort Bend County, all of it. All Fort Bend County.
All of Fort Bend County.
Yes.
Never to have.
Never to have a female. Never to have a Latina. Never to have a Spanish speaker. Never to have an MD.
Never.
Never.
And you chose this. Why?
Why? I'm an early interventionist.
Yes.
I do provide services to children between the age of 0 to 3. And a lot of my services do go to the Black and Brown community. And every time there is a flooding, every time there is a disaster, or just access to, we have a lot of food deserts. And what I mean by food desert is not that there's not mom and papa shops, but I'm talking about nutritional value food in areas in Kendleton, in areas in Fresno, Rochelle, and Arcola, which are the communities I serve. And I kept on always doing those phone calls, like, why is this happening? And why do we, when it floods, it's only these neighborhoods? Why do we still have dirt roads? And why do certain neighborhoods still have blue tarps? It's been 3 years. And it just kept.
Yeah.
And I decided, you know what? Fort Bend is the most diverse county in the United States, but diversity without inclusion was useless. So I figured not only do I need to have a seat at the table, but I need to bring others with me.
Absolutely. Ms. Carmen Turner, why you? Why now?
For me, it was, you know, I've been in Houston all my life, and I did a lot of people in Missouri City and Fort Bend County loans back in the day when you and I was in business, and I just felt like, you know, they were still calling me about their taxes and what to do about their taxes. A lot of them hadn't even bothered to fill out a tax exemption for being 65 and older. I had a lot of veterans who had never filled out a form to just get their veterans benefits. And one day I was at a meeting, a town hall meeting, and I seen all those senior citizens walking in there and they didn't have anybody to help them. And I said, you know what, now's my time. Not only that, a big part of this was the youth. I have 2 nieces, I have 3 nephews, and then I had a chance to meet Jennifer twins, and not to mention Khalid Morgan has twins, which is a lot of twins
And
around
Kraft.
here. Kraft. Her name is Tamika Kraft. She's running for, what is her position? Court of Appeals 14 in Harris County. And I felt like I needed to be the example. And like you say, I'm the first. So if anybody was going to do it, it should have been me. And it's so funny how it works. We had a class, I think it was, and all the girls was on the class, and they knew I was coming on, but they didn't, because, you know, school being out, it was a summer program they was on. And they was like, oh, I know her, Carmen. That's my mama's friend. She's the tax assessor. And then when I go to Khalid's house and when I go to Jennifer's house, I see them playing with their baby dolls. And they actually have baby dolls that's named after us.
Right.
And if they started that now, and we took our kids the whole time, my nieces and my nephews and her kids on a trail with us, on a campaign trail with us. And I figured, why not now?
Right.
And I have to be an example for them. But let me please not forget to say, which I want to say this before I forget it. We had a lady that was backing us 110%, and her name is Cynthia Ginyard, which is the precinct chair. And she pushed us like never before. I mean, there's
Democratic
days.
precinct chair
Exactly.
for Fort Bend County.
She's our chairwoman.
She's
Yes.
our chairperson. And let me tell you something. I watch her and I watch what she does. And to be having 35 people that you have behind you looking for your leadership, that was another push for me. So
Yes.
anytime you see somebody like that, women like that, doing what we're doing, I figured, you know what?
She
I can't
definitely
stop.
helps. She's like
Yeah.
I always say we're very spoiled because
Yeah.
not everybody has a hands-on chairwoman.
Right.
That's the reality.
She's out there. I
And
see her out there
she's
with
out there lid dropping, door knocking, texting,
is.
lecturing us. I see that you didn't finish your list. I'll be like, Miss Cynthia, I have a full-time job.
Yes.
That's okay. I'm just letting you know you haven't finished your list.
Yes. Yes.
But it's good. I think we all need that person.
Extra push.
Extra push.
Yeah.
Extra push.
And she just happens to be also the first female and the first African American and the first Black female in Fort Bend County to be chairwoman.
Yeah, exactly.
She's done a great job. So that was what made me make a decision. Now is the time. I had no idea that the Donald Trump and the Biden stuff was going to come like it did, which has benefited us, helped us so tremendously, because with all that hype about those 2 races, the presidential race, it's taken us to a whole different level. People has really looked out for us, and now everybody's coming to our rescue, which we need.
Everyone now knows we need to think of our backyard.
Exactly.
Because I always tell people, when your house floods,
Yes.
it's your commissioner.
Right.
When you are struggling with this value and these tax rates, it's your local candidates. When you
Yes.
go in front of a judge, you want a judge that looks like you.
Yes.
You know, and so not only is it about Washington and it's about, but when you build a house, it's built on a strong platform.
Exactly.
And your platform is your local candidates.
Right.
Because we're here.
Yes.
We see what's going on. And it's this race that we always say, our hashtag has been, do not stop at the top.
Yes.
Vote the entire ballot.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that part. Now, this is on tomorrow. You too would make the history. Just tomorrow, a year and a half. Now, you all have been going a whole year and a half for tomorrow. Miss Carmen, how are you feeling?
You know what? It hadn't hit me.
Yes.
And maybe it hadn't hit me because I'm the type person that until I see those numbers on the bottom of the TV,
Yes.
until I actually see my name
Yes.
in lights, and at the same time, I don't get a great feeling unless everybody comes with me.
Yes.
And so with me, I won the primary. I didn't have a runoff, and I never had a chance to stop and rest. So I've been going for a whole year and a half nonstop.
Right.
But I was determined to make sure, and everywhere I go, I try to make sure 505 Khalid Morgan is there.
Yes.
And everybody knows about her. I try to make sure Jennifer Cantu.
Yeah.
Did I say that right? Cantu.
Look at you.
I'm getting
Just
better.
took a year and a half.
I'm trying to make sure everybody knows that Jennifer Cantu is the person for that job.
Yes.
You know, we need people who look like us, who's going to make a difference, who cares about the people.
Right.
So how do I feel right now? I won't know until tomorrow around 8 o'clock. And I know I have a big family. I probably won't be at all the parties. I'll probably be with my family, and we'll just bring it in together. But I don't know how to feel right now. Do you?
Absolutely.
I can't
I
feel.
don't.
I know.
I'm still at work.
You know,
Right.
we're still texting. We have people lid dropping. We have people block walking.
Yes.
Everybody
Yesterday.
tells me like, how, you know what? Until the last person has
Yes.
voted,
Yes.
Yes.
that's my work is not done.
No, it's not.
You know, because I want to make sure every person gets a chance to vote. No one
Actually,
feels intimidated.
We were, remember yesterday, I think she knocked on 400 something doors yesterday, and me and Khalid and I knocked on another 400 something doors. So that was
Eric
Sunday.
Fagan.
Eric
you know,
Fagan was another.
I
he
have
did
to
Sunday.
say, precinct 1 is that
Yeah.
it's 70% of the county geographically. So we have the most amount. I have as far up to Pearland.
Yes.
I have up to Wallace, Orchard, Beasley, all the way to Kendallton.
Wow.
So of course, it's hard to be
Yes.
everywhere. And our team that we're giving a shout out to, I called and I said, look, you guys, so many people have not voted in Pearland. So many people have not voted in Teal Run. So many people have not voted in Rosenberg and Richmond. But I can't be everywhere. And can I say, our team has been about building coalitions.
Right. Together.
And
the
together,
collaboration.
the collaboration. And Eric Fagan and his wife were like, we'll do Pearland. Khalid Morgan and Carmen was like, we'll do one part of Teal Run. Cody Moore, who's running for JP, him and his wife were like, we'll do the other part of Teal Run. And I was like, okay, I'll do Rosenberg and Richmond. And then the mayor from Kendallton, can I give a shout out? He called us and he's like, we'll take care of you in Kendallton.
Yeah.
You know, that is really what
Yes.
Yes.
coalition and
Yes.
team building is about.
Yeah.
And that could have not, I don't think it would have not happened because, you know, you have your family,
Yes.
but you have another family, and we're a family.
Absolutely. Absolutely. In doing so, your job duties, what would your job duties be as a tax assessor? What are the job duties of a tax assessor?
I actually collect the taxes for the county, residential and commercial taxes, state taxes. I'll be the person that be responsible for it. But for me, the first day I walk in office, my biggest thing I'm going to be trying to do is make sure we get a tax break somewhere for all these people who've been paying these high taxes over the years. I know I'm walking into COVID, which is going to change it's going to change everything right now. It's the dynamics of it because of we don't know what to look for when it comes to what's going to be happening down the pipeline. The economy is thrown off right now, so it's going to take me a minute to get on track with that. And then once we do that, my first thing is making sure I collect those taxes and make sure that people are able to stay in their houses.
Yes.
That's the most important thing for me. Your senior citizens, your veterans, everybody can stay in their houses, and make sure I make payment arrangements or whatever I have to do to make sure those people be able to make their payments on time and not have problems with it.
Absolutely. I love that. Dr. Jennifer Cantu. In doing so, the job duties of a commissioner. What are the job duties?
It is, think of it as the HR of your community. You know, we have a lot of departments. So when it comes to flooding, we address the flooding. Where do the allocation of funds? You know, we've heard a lot of talk about gerrymandering and redistricting.
Right.
Well, a lot of people don't realize redistricting also occurs locally. Those lines get redrawn again. You know, public education is our greatest equalizer, but only if it's fair.
Right.
And the only way it's fair is if you have someone that's there making sure it's fair.
Right.
You know, so not only is it drawing the lines, it's providing these access, our roads and highways. We're building. You know, one of the things that I say, I am Blue Dog Democrat, and we have a lot of businesses that come into Fort Bend County, but if we want to elevate Fort Bend County, the certain percentage needs to go to our small local businesses, especially in times of COVID.
Yes.
We need to give these opportunities. Also, we need to bring in our union workers, our union brothers and sisters. We have them. Let's use them. Let's build from the bottom up. I understand our tax dollars definitely decide, how much a certain bid is going to go. But if you want to build in Fort Bend, you must allocate a certain percentage to our local contractors. And a mobile unit. We need a medical health mobile unit. We've done great strides, but we still need to reach out to our outskirts of our communities. You could charge our Access Health system, could charge $10 or $15, but if they have to take an entire day off and they have to travel and we don't have the transportation, then was it really accessible? It can't just be affordable, but it has to be accessible and affordable. And these are one of the great things. And I want to make sure that when I walk in, that our team does have a living wage. We can't just speak it, but we need to implement it. And words mean nothing if we don't follow through with actions.
Absolutely. That's a lot for a commissioner.
It's a lot. You are keeping an eye in all your communities. And I've really said I want to be a voice for all, but I know I can't be everywhere. But we need to invite the people from Pearland to have a seat at the table. The people from Fairchilds to have a seat at the table. I have Pleak, Thompson's, Beasley, Needville. They deserve to have a seat at the table. Texas is the second richest state in the United States of America. The second richest.
Wow.
Yet it's ranked 49th on what it brings back to its constituents, to its residents. As our commissioner, I need to demand that money comes back. I need to go to Austin and get it back. But this is where we need Eliz. We need Sarah DeMerchant. We need Ron Reynolds. We need Joey Cardenas. Because we need to work together. So I need to go and be like, hey, what are you doing for our community? And the commissioner works a lot with the tax assessor. Because if I have a community that's struggling financially, I need to go to Carmen and be like, what's going on with these appraisals? We need to work. And you know what? As women, we just lead different.
We do.
We just lead different.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I think we just have a
You do.
Yeah.
I mean, we all could do
Guys,
the same
I'm
work.
sorry. I have to give in to the ladies on that.
I do think we think.
I almost lost my card there.
We think, we do it lead differently. And I know that it's not a seat that I could do on my own. I'm fully aware of that.
Well, actually, it's 4 commissioners. And in the 4 commissioners court, we have to go through all 4 of them. She will be one of the 4.
Yes.
But I have the whole county with her being one of the 4. I have to get permission from all 4 of those people to do anything that I need to do. All of us do.
Absolutely.
And so I'm glad you're my friend. I might get that 1 vote.
I know. Let's make sure it's fairness for all.
I love that. 127,000 voters have not voted in Fort Bend County as of yet that are eligible to vote. What do you say to them?
Get out and vote.
Get on the vote. And to the 27,000 that are in precinct 1.
Specifically,
it's 127,000.
Right.
And 27,000 are actually in precinct 1.
For me, it's 127,000. I need your votes. Please come out and vote. I need your votes today. It's very important for Khalid Morgan, which is running for judge. It's very important for Joey. I need your votes.
For
everybody.
Eric, for Bridget.
Yes.
I need, when you get to the ballot,
Yeah.
the second name in every race is your Democrat.
Exactly.
So when all else fails, pick the second name.
Do not stop at the top.
But you know
Go all the
what?
way to
I
the
also
bottom.
need to say, if you're in Missouri City, we have our mayors, we have our city council, we have our school boards. So I need you to go past the propositions. I have to say, one of the candidates,
don't forget Stafford.
Stafford. Adam Sanchez would be the first Hispanic also, and the youngest city council.
AJ
Honore would be
taking the place of Mayor
Scarcella,
who passed away.
Absolutely. So what we'll do, let's do this. We'll be right back.
Okay.
We're going to be right back, and we're going to take a break, and we'll come back and hear all this great news.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Be right back to the Cam Hill Show after these messages.
Ron Carter Cadillac, Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, delivers test drives to your home or office, like the new 2020 XT4 Luxury Collection, only $299 a month. The new 2020 XT5 Premium Luxury Collection, $399 a month. Or the first ever 2020 XT6 Premium Luxury Collection, just $499 a month. All for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Or purchase and choose 0% APR for 60 months plus $2,000 bonus cash with no payments until March 2021. Visit RonCarterCadillac.com.
I'm a Texas voter,
and I plan to vote by mail-in ballot.
I'm a Texas voter,
and I plan to vote safely in person.
I'm a Texas voter,
and I plan to vote early.
I am a Texas voter,
and I plan to vote safely in person. In this coming election, voters aged 50 plus
will make all the difference.
Will make the difference.
Will make the difference. Will make the difference.
Will make the difference in elections across the state.
So make a plan now.
So you can vote however you choose.
It doesn't matter
where you vote,
how you vote, or who you vote for.
What matters.
What matters.
What matters.
What matters is that you have a plan to vote.
For more information,
head to
aarp.org/tx.
Vote.
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 Đi bầu cử.
और वोट करना मत भूलिएगा.
Vote.
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 唔該，去投票。
When it comes to protecting yourself and your partners, all the information out there can be overwhelming. Visit our website. We are a free and confidential service striving to help you stay informed and stay notified. We are committed to a healthy Houston.
Hello again, Stafford. We are extremely proud of the diverse community we have in Stafford.
We need you to get out and vote for Cecil Willis.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, truck accident, car accident? Was someone texting and ran into the back of you, not paying attention? It doesn't matter what it is. Give me a call, Attorney Willie Powles. We'll fix it today. The number is 281-881-2457. Again, that number is 281-881-2457. We'll fix it today. Call Attorney Willie Powles.
Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee will fight the Republican agenda to stop the Affordable Care Act, a lifeline to millions of our friends and family. The stress on our healthcare system is overwhelming. The Congresswoman stands with our first responders. While her opponents were missing in action, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee responded by going to the front lines and putting your lives first, not hiding from the raging pandemic that has taken countless lives. Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee understands that people need a hand, not a handout. That's why she facilitated over 218,000 free COVID-19 testings and helped families facing evictions. No one works any harder than Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. Commitment, integrity, and dependability. These are the qualities of a leader. This is why we need to send Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee back to Washington. Let's get the right train on the track.
This is Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, and I approve this message. Get out and vote for Sheila Jackson Lee.
Together, we have the power to change Donald Trump's Washington, but we need a different kind of senator. MJ Hagar has the courage to speak the truth. Trump is a racist who uses racist attacks to try and divide us. MJ is a decorated combat veteran, a working mom who will take on the big drug companies to lower costs, a leader who will work alongside Black Texans to make sure we recover from the coronavirus pandemic and end systemic racism. MJ doesn't run from battles. She'll be in them with us.
And now back to the Cam Hill Show.
Hey family, I'm so excited. I'm telling you, we've had a great chat with Dr. Jennifer Cantu and Carmen Turner. We were just talking about some things just a minute ago that we need to reiterate for Fort Bend County. And let's talk about that. Can anyone vote on tomorrow? Now, we're talking about the 127,000 and the 27,000 in your section, 127 for you. Can they vote anywhere on tomorrow?
Yes, they can. They have, we have 85 different locations for them to vote. Absolutely. And it's on the internet. You can go on the internet and it'll show you exactly what's close to you, where you can vote at. And we definitely need everybody to come out. 127,000 is a lot of people, but at the same time, we need every vote we can get right now. We're trying to make change and we're trying to make history. Absolutely. And what better time to do it is now. Okay, and that's it. Tomorrow, when do the polls open? What time? 7 a.m. and they close at 7 p.m.
And if you're in line before 7 p.m., yes, you still can vote. No matter what time you vote, you still can vote.
And if you already voted,
yes,
text 5 friends that haven't voted.
Yes. Okay.
Bring 5 friends that haven't voted, and we need people at the polls to greet people.
Yes.
Just if you even if you have an hour, even if you have 2 hours, just greeting somebody and say thank you for coming to vote. Bring a chair, offer a chair to somebody, bring water to somebody. We just do want people to leave the lines. We expect there to be some form of voter intimidation just because, the incident that we've been seeing with the Trump parades and the Biden. And if we stand united,
yes,
nothing could happen. If we just have to be there together.
Absolutely.
And for the primary and for the general election, the lines were in line till 11 o'clock at night, and people stood in line and stayed in the line. This is the most important race in our lifetime. Nobody has seen anything like what's going on right now. And so COVID hit us like never before. And now is your vote, your voice is so important right now. Your vote and your voice is so important. So make a difference. Like she just said, if you don't do anything else, if you've already voted, call 10 people. Pick up the phone and call 10 people. Take them to the polls. If you have a mail-in ballot, do not mail it in. Drive that person to the polls and let them vote. Somebody can come outside. You won't have to stand in line, and they'll bring you a machine and they'll take care of you. That's very important right now for us. Very important.
Absolutely. I love that. And in doing so, the other things that we need to tell people, why vote? Why vote?
Why? A lot of people always say, well, my vote doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
And I think I've heard that one too many times. But as a candidate that was in a runoff, every vote counts. We've had races where decisions have been made with as little as 300 votes or as little as 22 votes, 45 votes.
Eric Fagan, his race came down to 46 votes.
Yes.
46 votes. That was nerve-wracking for him. He made it over, which we're glad he did, but that's how important it is. And not only that, right now, the stuff that we have going on in the Senate, right now where we have all these lawsuits being filed and everything, everybody in that Senate is Republican. So we might get to the House and we pass it in the House, but when we get to the Senate and everybody's there in Republican, it does us no good.
Right.
So we have to put these people in office right now. Every vote counts.
So Washington decides how much money gets sent to Texas.
Yes.
Then your state legislature decides how much money goes to Fort Bend County.
Yes.
But then your local candidates,
your
local elected candidates decides the distribution of funds. So if you're upset over that paved road that has yet to be fixed, that's your commissioner. That Kendleton, lights at Highway. Why vote? Because in order to see true transformation, we need to have your voice is your vote, and your vote is our future. I've always said I don't want to change Fort Bend because when you change something, you could always go back.
Yes.
I want to transform Fort Bend. And when we transform Fort Bend, we can never go back to how it was. So let's take that step tomorrow.
Yes.
Let's transform Fort Bend together, beginning tomorrow.
And let's talk about who's in Fort Bend. A lot of people don't know what cities are part of Fort Bend. I believe that. I've heard that so often. They always think Sugar Land.
Should we start? I know. Should we
And,
start
or
from the
Sugar
top?
Land or Missouri
You
City.
can go ahead and start from the top.
I'm just saying Sugar Land and Missouri City. Not all. You don't have to say all of them, but I'm just saying.
Fort Bend starts off with
22 cities.
Pearland. Pearland, Fort Bend. A lot of people think Pearland is just Missouri.
Missouri County.
But no, we have Pearland, Fort Bend. We have Rose Sharon, Arcola, Fresno,
Sugar Land,
Missouri City, Sugar Land, Richmond, Rosenberg, Katy, Orchard, Beasley,
Kendleton,
Fairchilds, Pleak, Thompson, Needwell.
Yes.
I might have forgotten a few, and if I
That's
did,
okay.
I'm
The
really
main ones
East
were
Bernard.
the main ones I wanted to say is the ones that are around here. You mentioned Katy.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know that part of Katy is not Harris County.
A big part of Katy.
Yeah, a big part is Fort Bend and a big part is Harris.
Tax Assessor is responsible for all 22 cities.
Yes.
She's blessed because it's about, how many cities in yours?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah. But I'm
It's
just
a lot.
saying, part
Yes.
of that, a part of people don't know that part of Katy, as well as Pearland, like you said, part is Brazoria County and part is Fort Bend.
Yes.
And they are part of Precinct 1. And for a long time, I do have to give a shout out to one local activist. Her name is Rosa Sade. And she fought and petitioned and said, Pearland is part of Precinct 1. And she demanded that it be in the website that is part of Precinct 1. And it's these local changes that
Absolutely. 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 And we want to make sure of that because a lot of people are paying the taxes in Fort Bend County.
Right.
And they know they think they're in Harris, but when they look, they can see Fort Bend, what they're paying for.
Right. Right.
And those are the changes, things that they're changing in.
It's just like you said, people hear Fort Bend and they think Sugarland.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They think Sugarland, Missouri City, that's it.
That's it.
They think that. They think all of that.
You're right
and
about
I
that.
understand that. I understand that all the time. And those are voters.
Right.
Those are citizens.
Right. We personally, this year, I personally had a food drive over on the north side of town, and we brought it to Fort Bend County. And because of COVID, it did great because let me tell you what happened. We fed over 20,000 families.
20,000 families.
20,000 families this year alone, and that it made a big difference. We did it from the heart, not because of campaigning. We did it from the heart. We could see the people that were suffering, and we seen that people had a need. I don't know if you remember the lady, but one of the ladies that came to one of the food drives, she was living out of a car. And she had cancer. And, just the idea that you can make a difference in people's lives, it really...
And she told us.
Yes.
So, having that conversation, we were able to, I do a lot of outreach in my line of work. So we were able to reach out. I was like, wait, don't leave. Please stay.
Yes.
And between Carmen, Khalid, all of us, we were able to help her find the resources to get an apartment.
Some people just don't know those type things.
Right. And those things exist, even right now.
And she had come to our food drive 3 times. It wasn't until the 4th time that
she actually said something.
She said something.
Right.
But because we need to build that trust.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And in doing that, like you were saying, food drives, 20,000 plus people, just in the time that you did it, is 40 million people unemployed. Right now.
We did it in a span of like 6 weeks, 6 or 7 weeks.
Well, they were kind of upset with me at first, and I'm not going to call the other person's name because we started off with 1 truck, and we built up to 2 trucks, and then we finished with 3 trucks, and we did 3,000 people in one day. And they were tired. Everybody was tired. Khalid Morgan, 505, oh my God, she was very tired because she had 2 twins with her.
It was my kid's birthday.
Yeah.
It was my twins' birthday, and I was like, that's okay, we're committed to this.
Yeah. But we do it from the heart, and we do it because we know how many people we're going to touch. And every time you look down that line, and every time you look at those cars, and Beverly Clark Walker was a big push behind us. Miss Walker works in...
She's our current district clerk.
She pushed us all the way there. So for the last, before we actually started campaigning, 30 days before we started actually campaigning, that's all we did was food drives, just to make sure the community was taken care of. The last 30 days, one of our managers, which is the guy that puts our numbers together and everything, he had us to, he said, okay, the food drives are over. Now it's time to block walk. And we block walk, and we block walk for 30 days straight. 2108 is one of our biggest areas. And Khalil Morgan, 505, cannot stand 2108. She would rather pay somebody than go to 2108 because there's so many doors to knock on and there's so many people. But we did it because we had to.
And this is where that coalition
came
comes
together. Yeah.
Because I'm precinct 1, but we're a coalition. So when it was time to block walk for precinct 2, most people would say that's not my district.
Yeah, she
but
came
no,
with us.
I went to precinct 2 and we walked when it was time to walk in precinct 4 and precinct 3 because we are a true coalition. It was like when it's precinct 1's turn, I knew I could count on everybody to be in precinct 1.
Yes.
But when it's precinct turn's turn, all of precinct 1 needs to show up too,
Yes.
because it's Fort Bend County, not just it's not my district.
Yes.
It's not my area.
No.
We can't say that because you know
No.
when you flood, it floods everywhere. When you're hungry everywhere.
Yesterday, I made a few phone calls to a few people. Eric Fagan, Cody, and Khalil. And within a couple of hours, because Jennifer called me with that whiny voice, I knew something was wrong. And my numbers are behind. And I'm like, okay, don't worry about it. And within a couple of hours, we got with the guy who does our strategizing, and we were out there in the street, 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
Jennifer
I
had to
called
go to church.
I had to. So I said I have to go to church. I said I'll go, but I have to go to church. You know. But I did call. I called. It was Saturday.
Yes.
And Carmen's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "I have too many areas that have not voted, and I can't." And she's like, "Okay, let's." We literally do like a phone.
Yes.
And it's all of us. And I was like, we called our strategist, and he's like, "No, we do. We need to do one more hit." And he said, "These are the precincts. Y'all need to do one more hit." And I was like, "Okay, but I have to go to church."
We let her go to church.
They're like,
Yeah.
"Go to church." And I was like,
Yeah.
"I just need to go to church." And and I was like, after church,
It's teamwork.
Fine.
It's teamwork.
But as far as the coalition, how did that start? How did the coalition start? Is that Carmen doing the coalition too?
Yeah, let me tell you what happened.
Okay.
Well, you pretty much know. You
Yes.
came to my office.
Exactly.
So you're very familiar with how I work.
Yeah.
I used to own a mortgage company.
Yeah.
You were part of that. You were a realtor at that
Yes,
time.
I still
I had, yes.
So I've been
Yes.
knowing. So if people don't know, I've been knowing Carmen over 20 plus years. When I first got into business,
Yeah.
she was actually the broker
Yes.
of several of the clients that I had. So
Yes.
definitely,
Yes. And
always.
so that's how I started. Back then I had 40 employees that worked
Yes.
for me, and I had the real estate company, I had the mortgage company, and I had the concrete company.
Right.
And it was little old bitty me, and I met
Yes.
you then. But I wanted a team like I had then. If you can
Yes.
find 5 people that feel like you do and have the heart
Right.
that you have, I never ever thought about how much money I was making or if we were gonna make money. The thing that I got pleasure out of was at the end of the year, I wrote 1099s to everybody who worked with me, because they didn't work for me, they worked with me.
Yes.
And they were over $100,000.
Yes.
That was enough for me. And so when I got ready to go find a team, Jennifer Cantu was one of the first people
Yes.
that I pulled on. She came to my fundraiser.
I was the first person to tell you what.
She was the first person to tell me I was going to win. When all the odds was against me and
Yes.
everybody said I was going to lose, she was the first one that said it. And she stayed in my head, and and she came with the twins. And I kept thinking about the twins, and so I called on Jennifer Cantu, and she
Right.
came over. And the second person was Kelly Morgan, which my brother had grew up with. Her brother played basketball over the years. So I found like minds and people who, none of us are the boss.
Yes.
We all work as a team. Everybody have their own job, and we just kind of, even with the food drives and everything we do, we just jump in and we fit in where we need to
Right.
fit in. And
Everybody
one of the
had like a
deals,
role.
and one of the deals with the food drive, when we got ready to do that, I told them I'd bring my truck over here. And a couple of times I had to bring that 18-wheeler myself over there,
Right.
drive it over there. And when that truck pulled up, it was not a person, from the kids to the husbands to everybody jumped in and helped. We had
Right.
we had 5 churches, and everybody, it was like back in the real estate
Right.
days. Everybody helped where they needed to help.
Right.
Wasn't nobody hollering or screaming.
Yes.
When I say, okay, we got to leave and go to precinct 2, and we're going to work over in precinct 2, Jennifer and them didn't say, oh, I'm in precinct 1. They came. We started 7 o'clock in the morning. Some nights we wouldn't finish till 7 o'clock at night. And to me, that's a team. That's a team effort. It's not a cult. It's not a groupie thing. It's a bunch of people.
clique.
It's not a clique.
It's a
That's my
family.
thing. It's a bunch of people getting together with the same minds and with the same thing and go. So me right now running for office, I tell everybody every time I talk to them, this is not about me. This is about the people that I work with. They have families. Jennifer Cantu has 2 twins. She's a single parent. I've been a single parent. Oh, my son, I'm still a single parent.
I was gonna be like, what do you mean you've been?
But my son is 30 years old now. And let me tell you something, he's a great supporter. My sisters, all of my sisters, they worked at the real estate office. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
That's the kind of people I wanted to be with. And I think when you put a group of people together, and believe me, we welcome anybody who was willing to work. Because like I said, we start at 7 in the morning, we don't finish at 7 o'clock at night. And some nights we're out there with Jennifer does numbers, and then we have a strategist that does our numbers. And they play with the numbers all day and night. It frustrates me because me and numbers from being in real estate, but they want to play with them and go back and forth all night.
Oh yeah, she gets, because I'll be like, okay, we have a strategist. So I was like, let's compare where we're at.
Okay.
Do our numbers seem the same?
Yeah.
They missing 100 votes, and they don't know what 100 votes is.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm through with this.
We continue.
Right. They continue looking for
Hold
them.
that thought. We're going to be right back with these two ladies.
We'll be right back to the Cam Hill Show after these messages.
Now come test drive the much-anticipated all-new 2021 Cadillac Escalade at Ron Carter Cadillac. And for a limited time, get an unheard-of $19,000 in total savings on new 2020 Escalades, or pages $879 a month with only $1 down, only at Ron Carter Cadillac. Visit us today, Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway. Visit RonCarterCadillac.com, Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer.
In this coming election, voters 50 plus will make the difference in elections across the state. The time is now to make a plan so you can vote how you choose in this coming election. Eligible voters can vote by mail-in ballot, and all registered voters can vote safely in person early or on voting day. Don't wait, make a plan to vote today. For more voting information, head to aarp.org. I'm Tina Knowles-Lawson, and I'm a proud voter.
In this coming election, voters age 50 plus will make the difference in elections across the state. The time is now to make a plan so you can vote how you choose. In this coming election, eligible voters can vote by mail-in ballot, and all registered voters can vote safely in person early or on voting day. Don't wait, make a plan to vote today. For more voting information, head to aarp.org/tx. I'm Chloe Dow, and I'm a Texas voter.
Greetings, Stafford. This is Councilman Cecil Willis on the campaign trail in Stafford, spreading my message and my vision for Stafford.
Friendship and fairness comes before power. And I'm here to formally endorse my good friend and city council member, Cecil Willis.
Join me in my endorsement of Councilmember Cecil Willis.
When it comes to protecting yourself and your partners, all the information out there can be overwhelming. Visit our website. We are a free and confidential service striving to help you stay informed and stay notified. We are committed to a healthy Houston.
Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee will fight the Republican agenda to stop the Affordable Care Act, a lifeline to millions of our friends and family. The stress on our healthcare system is overwhelming. The Congresswoman stands with our first responders. While her opponents were missing in action, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee responded by going to the front lines and putting your lives first, not hiding from the raging pandemic that has taken countless lives. Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee understands that people need a hand, not a handout. That's why she facilitated over 218,000 free COVID-19 testings and helped families facing evictions. No one works any harder than Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. Commitment, integrity, and dependability. These are the qualities of a leader. This is why we need to send Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee back to Washington. Let's get the right train on the track.
This is Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, and I approve this message. Get out and vote for Sheila Jackson Lee.
Together, we have the power to change Donald Trump's Washington, but we need a different kind of senator. MJ Hagar has the courage to speak the truth. Trump is a racist who uses racist attacks to try and divide us. MJ is a decorated combat veteran, a working mom who will take on the big drug companies to lower costs, a leader who will work alongside Black Texans to make sure we recover from the coronavirus pandemic and end systemic racism. MJ doesn't run from battles. She'll be in them with us.
And now back to the Cam Hill Show.
Hey family, thank you so much for coming back. I'm with Dr. Jennifer Cantu and Carmen Turner, and we were just talking about, this is our part where we tell people where we said the 85 locations for Fort Bend County, and that's what we're talking about. If a person, let's reiterate, if a person has a ballot, a mail-in ballot, don't take it. We were saying take it to the drop-off.
Yes, so we only have one location per county.
Right.
And in Fort Bend County, it's actually the Rosenberg Annex, and it is 4520 Reading Road.
Yes.
But let's say you decide you want to vote and you don't want to drop it off. You still need to surrender your ballot.
Take it with you.
At the polling location.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's also tell them that you can get a ride.
Yes. We have a headquarters.
Yes.
The headquarters is, I don't know the exact address, it's Fort Bend County. You can go to our Fort Bend County website.
Absolutely.
And Cynthia Ginyard.
Yes.
Will set up rides for people that needs a ride to the poll. Do you remember the?
They're called the roly-polies.
Yeah, it's called the roly-poly. And just go to the Fort Bend County website and they'll be able to tell you how to get to the polls.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You had some more things you wanted to reiterate.
The safety.
The safety of it.
Yes. So we will have voter protection guidelines. So at every polling location, you'll have signs that have the voter protection numbers. But not only that, I'm sure you've heard through KP George, like our DA Brian Middleton does have a task force where they will be providing security. Our constable Dow Smith in Precinct 2, they will be providing security. So, and there's candidates, we don't want anybody to feel intimidated. There's a number, there's a 1-800 number you could call. You could go up to a candidate. You could call up to a poll watcher. And if you're a Democrat, I say reach out to our chairwoman. I mean, she will send somebody there. We will have here Kathy Chang, who's running for Texas Supreme Court Place 6. She has chosen to be in Fort Bend County, and if we need any legal assistance or anything, she will go to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So at this point, we just need to reiterate and let people know safety is there. If you need to reach out, or if you're feeling intimidated or harassed in any type of way, make sure that you just reach out to someone. Don't just feel harassed and leave and not vote. Go ahead and tell someone, let other people know, because that also helps people as far as security, the police officers and stuff, to stop that person or the people as a group.
And we just want to tell everybody, please go out and vote.
Yes.
Go out and vote. Take a friend, take a neighbor, go out and vote. Vote like your life depends on it, because we really need your, it really does. We really do need your vote right now. Tonight, if you don't mind, get on the phone and sit down and write down 10 names. Call those 10 people and see if they have voted. Help us help you, because we're going to make a difference in Fort Bend County, and we need your help and we need your vote.
And lastly, also, we're going to continue to reiterate, do not stop at the top.
No.
We don't want to just flip Washington. We need to flip every seat. So we want you to vote the entire ballot. Do not skip any race. And don't forget, after all of these races, certain cities have city council and mayor and school board trustees. So please vote the entire ballot. And the second name in every race is a Democrat.
Yes.
I love that. I want to also make sure, I voted and I know how the process goes in Fort Bend County. Once you print out your ballot, make sure you leave it in the ballot box. Many people are walking out with them.
Exactly.
Let's make sure that we're leaving those. I know if you don't have anybody there, ask. Say, hey, just wave it. I'm ready to, feed it some in the ballot box.
You're going to feed it twice. So you're going to feed it into the machine. You're going to vote. It's going to print out. Then you're going to turn and you're going to feed it into another machine.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Do not leave the room, because then it's
no good.
It's no good. It's a valid.
Absolutely.
It's void.
Yes. And Fort Bend, that's a little different that you're doing it in Harris County. Yes. We want to make sure of that. Other things we want to make sure of as far as being there, take snacks.
Yes.
If you
and a chair.
And a chair.
And a chair.
And an umbrella, just in case. A poncho, just in case.
Yes.
And if you're at a place that you see that there's not a big line, text, put it on Facebook, put it in Instagram, let others know.
Yes.
That
help us make history. That's
absolutely.
what you're saying. Help us make history.
We're going to have music at certain polling locations. We are. There are certain nonprofits that have taken the initiative in Fort Bend County to have live music at certain polling locations. I know my campaign, particularly in Hightower, we will be having breakfast for
everybody's coming there.
So
get that, the 127,000 people going there.
People, we just want people to feel comfortable. We have bottled water. We've been buying pizzas for people at the polls. We just don't want people to leave.
Right. And the other thing about it is
coming back. I mean,
we're going to come back and say, I forgot.
You have to volunteer tomorrow.
We got to volunteer. The Cam Hill show could volunteer.
Yes. The other thing about it is there will be a candidate at each poll.
Yes.
If it's not one, it'll be two. In fact, I thought I was supposed to be at Hightower, but
you're going to be at Hightower. I'm just saying my team will be off. No, you're at Hightower. I'll be at Rosenberg. So we've divided ourselves. Carmen and I are runners for Fort Bend County. So what does that mean is that as the runners for Fort Bend County, we don't want nobody to leave a poll. So if somebody in Katy calls and says, hey, we're short in literature, between Carmen or I, we will go drop off literature. The goal is not to, or even Carmen and I will drop off breakfast and lunch. We're like, you don't need to leave. No. Do you want Whataburger? We'll take you Whataburger.
Yes, it's
important. Let's tell each one of the viewers as well as the voters. Let's tell them how to reach out, what's needed on tomorrow. This is our end. Let's tell them what's your last words, starting with you, Dr. Jennifer Cantu.
So my name is Dr. Jennifer Cantu. Let's break the ceilings with the first. And when you're there, Cantu can do, but it's not just about my race. It's about all of our race because we are a family. And I'm going to continue to say, do not stop at the top. Vote the entire ballot. Bring your ID. You will need your ID to vote. And stay in line. And thank you. Thank you for helping us make history together.
Absolutely.
My name is Carmen Turner, and just like she just said, please don't stop at the top. Vote the entire ballot. I'm running for Tax Assessor for Fort Bend County, but I have a whole bunch of great candidates with me that I'm proud of. I have a great chairperson, Cynthia Gignard, and we all need your help, not just now, whenever. Please do not stop at the top. Please go all the way to the bottom and vote on every race you can. Not only that, Stafford is having a new mayor, AJ, Adam Sanchez. Is it Sanchez?
Adam Sanchez.
And it's Adam Sanchez and Missouri City. Please make sure you vote for your new mayor in Missouri City and city councils members. We need your help. Don't stop at the top. Vote the entire ballot.
And the second name in every race is a Democrat.
Exactly.
I love that, ladies. The Democrats are out here. They're campaigning a year and a half.
Make history. Let's make history together. This is just not us. This is everybody.
Right.
If we get 127 people out tomorrow, we're going to be happy people.
Look at that, 127,000 people that have not voted.
Come on, Precinct 1, let's hit 100%.
The only thing about it is, to be honest, it's 428,000 voters.
So we've
had a good turnout.
Yes.
So we can get that extra lift, a kick over, a push over.
We're in Texas, and in Texas we do everything big. So you know what, Fort Bend County, let's not be we want to be the first in everything.
Yes.
And you know what, we're going to be the first with voter turnout.
Absolutely. You ladies are making history.
I've called it.
Yes. On tomorrow, you will make history. Yes. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
We appreciate you.
Thank you so much for even stepping out. Thank you, ladies, for both of you all even having the desire and the will to do this. Thanking your families for
they've been going through
it. For a year and a half.
Thank my girls because you know what, they have eaten
my
so much
mother. My mother and my sisters.
Yes, thanking your families also because they are the ones behind and helping out, and they are the ones.
I need to give a shout out to Carmen's sister, Lena, because when I need childcare, I mean, she's
also my campaign manager.
I mean, she steps up. Kathy Chang, can I say, when I can't pick up my kids, and she's running statewide. She'll be like, fine, Jennifer, I'm going to go pick up your kids.
And she's running statewide.
And she's running 254 counties.
Yes.
And, but this is where, you know.
This is where we become family.
This is where we become family.
Family.
We need a, you know, I think Carmen's a single mom, Lena, Kathy, so we know we need.
Don't forget Keisha Smith.
Keisha Smith.
She's been with me for 30 years. You know Keisha, the real estate business.
Yes. So I'm telling you, ladies, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for breaking the ceiling. Thank you for making history.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, Fort Bend, you have these ladies making history, and if you don't go out tomorrow, do not complain. Do not complain. This is it. Your vote is your voice, right? Your vote is your voice. I mean, this is the time. Tomorrow is the last day. You got between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. to make that count. You have this opportunity. It's your right to vote. It's your time to vote. Trust me, America is in ICU and we're almost in hospice. Look.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
And we need to recover. We need to recover on tomorrow. I'm telling you, we need to be recovered. But thank you, ladies, for everything you're doing. Thank you for the opportunity, and keep going. I love that. I appreciate you. On tomorrow, we will be back 12:30 to 1:30, and we will have Judson Robinson, president of Houston Area Urban League. See you then. Bye.